pleased to have with me Brian Thompson, who's the President and CEO of Commerce Bank, and a great chamber and community partner, a great chamber member. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you very much, Tim. Great to be here.
Well, I know we got a few things we're going to try to work in this 8-minute segment, but one of the things is chamber membership. And Commerce is not only support of the chamber, but active in a lot of different ways. And for our viewers and for businesses out there that might be saying, what is it worth me joining the chamber? What do you see as a value as someone who runs a business?
Well, we've been a member since 1994, which is the time when Mr. Massett bought the bank. So it's been an important part of our community activity. Really, the chamber is at the center of most economic activity in the region. Really, not just the city, but in the region. It's really, I think of it as a resource center. It's the place that businesses can go to source information, advice, counsel, and direction. And but in addition to that, we have all different types of legislative matters that we're involved in, and we do a lot of networking opportunities through things such as the Business After Hours. There's which is a monthly event,
right,
of which we're sponsoring one tonight at the Hibernian Hall,
right.
Which will be fun.
For March, our St. Patrick's Day.
For our St. Patrick's Day event, but we also have chamber breakfasts, which are held throughout the year, where we have 300-400 people that attend. But there's all different types of events that the chamber is involved in.
And I think sometimes people, when I think of chambers and just listening to people kind of comment or ask questions over the years, there's sometimes a perception that, a lot of the businesses, well, how do we sell our product or services to the public, the kind of the retail idea. But even people in retail and all different types of businesses, a lot of your business is business to business.
Right.
And that's where kind of the networking and developing relationships with other business owners who do different things open up opportunities.
It does, and they learn from each other. And there are different types of seminars that are held throughout the year. At our Business Expo that we have in the fall, we run a whole day's worth of seminars that are in the world, in the part of educating our members on various different subject matters. People use the chamber in a lot of different ways. Senior executives use it, but there are also a lot of training opportunities. We have a big event coming up in April, the Women's Initiative, the Leadership Conference, which will have over 700 women that will come together. And so there's really something for everybody.
And that's it, the Worcester Women's Leadership Conference, as you referenced, getting bigger and just some people just get so much out of it. The Business After Hours are networking a lot of times for people at the breakfast clubs. We see a lot of the senior and C-suite, if you will, executives of different organizations and businesses. The Chamber Seminar Series, where we try to get information out about best practices, whether it be in social media or what's happening in human resources, all of those things. And then business and government, bringing in some of our different government leaders so that they can understand where there are opportunities and where there are challenges that regulations and things pose. So lots of opportunities for people to plug in.
I don't know if there are any seats available yet for next week, but Jim McGuire, who's the president of Friendly's, is going to be our speaker at the breakfast next week. Well, I'm sure it will be a big draw.
It's at tonight, Business After Hours, which Commerce Bank is sponsoring, and we're kind of having an extra twist to this. We started last year with our inviting all the colleges and universities locally to invite their alumni to come.
Right.
And we talk about student retention. And then on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day that morning, we've got our breakfast club. And the president and CEO of Friendly's, Mr. McGuire, is coming to kind of share
their
story of trying to bring Friendly's back to what it was. So some good stuff. Want to also give you an opportunity to talk a little about Commerce Bank. The bank, since its inception, has grown significantly, and maybe you could share our viewers a little bit about Commerce.
Just a little window. We're a $2 billion asset size bank, which is a good size bank, and we're headquartered right here in Worcester. But we really think of it as Central Mass. We do have 3 offices in the Boston market as well. But we offer a whole range of products and services to small businesses, to medium businesses. We do a lot of real estate. We have some specialty businesses that we are involved in where we lend on aircraft and small aircraft that you see at the local field. And so we have a large array, and we've grown tremendously over the years, and we're the largest deposit market share bank in the city of Worcester. So it's really been a great run, and we've had a lot of fun. And it's owned by Mr. Massad, who's a lot of fun to work with, and that he's really an inspiration. At his age, he's got more energy than probably both of us combined. So,
well, an incredible entrepreneur, not
right.
only with Diamond Chevrolet, and growing that business, but Commerce Bank, buying
Right.
a bank that
Right.
was in some tough shape and turning into one of the
Yeah.
biggest.
And he's a lot of fun. So.
You mentioned the Boston market. I mean, certainly, we've seen banks, and the cycles. A lot of banks come into Worcester, maybe from outside the region. Some of the Boston banks, primarily kind of moving out to the 495 Worcester area, and we've got a local bank now, moving into the Boston
Right.
area. What's that been like?
Well, it is different because you really are a small player with 3 offices and in the shadows of some of the larger banks. But we think of ourselves as important to the neighborhoods we're in. We're in 3 distinct neighborhoods: the South End, the Brighton, and then near Fenway Park. And so that's really our market is around those offices. And but it's been good. I mean, it's been good. But you aren't going to be the largest bank in the city of Boston anytime soon. So.
Well, it was interesting that the Chamber participated in a survey that the United States Small Business Administration, on banking and lending, and a number of our members responded. But great satisfaction with a lot of the local
Right.
smaller banks rather than the national, which I thought was kind of interesting and telling.
Yeah, I think generally if people have a choice and their needs are being met, that a lot of times they like to deal with a local bank, and people can come and see me anytime, and that's not always the option with the bigger banks.
Right. No doubt that personalized.
Right.
And having that relationship.
Right.
And again, that goes back to what we started out. Chambers are a great place to kind of build those
They are.
relationships, whether it be, bankers or services, and market what your own business
Right.
does and try to bring out customers. So I want to thank you, Brian, for your being here today, for your service on the Chamber Board, and for leading commerce locally.
Well, thank you so much, Tim. You're doing a great job, and the Chamber does a great job for our community. We're very fortunate.